Second semester final, we're going to review by bowling, and we're flipping the notes for frame number 1. Go ahead with frame 1. Frame 1 is all about inequalities. We're going to solve them and graph them on a number line. Treat it just like an equation, other than when you're done you have to solve it or graph it. Two-step inequality first. 2x plus 4 is less than 10. We're going to solve that doing adding and subtracting first, so we'll minus 4 from both sides. You're left with 2x is less than 6. 2 times x, divide by 2, divide by 2. You are left with x is less than 3. Final answer. On your number line, because you're working with the number 3, you got to put in a few numbers. I'll go with 1, 2, 3, 4. It's a less than sign without an equals. It does not have an underline, so it's an open circle. And less than points to the left. You want all numbers less than 3, so it goes that way. If you do it right, if it's variable, inequality, answer, that arrow and that arrow will match in their direction. X is less than 3. Again, reminder to you on flip notes, if you need to pause it, rewind it, check it over, do it again. Feel free to use it as you need. Another inequality, this one is multi-step because you have variables on both sides of the equation and constants on both sides of the equation. I'm going to minus 5x so that it's over here by my 3x. Cross those out, I get 3x minus 5x, which is negative 2x, plus 4 is less than or equal to negative 6. Looks like I need to get that out of the way. Because I put all my variables to the left, I need to put all my constants to the right, so I'm now going to minus 4 from both sides, and I'm left with negative 2x is less than or equal to negative 10. Last step is division. I'm going to divide by negative 2, divide by negative 2, and a reminder, if you've forgotten this in the last few months, when you multiply or divide by a negative number, how many of you remember? You have to flip that sign. Instead of less than or equal to, it now becomes greater than or equal to. Anytime you multiply or divide by a negative number on both sides, you flip the sign. Negative 10 divided by negative 2 is 5. So now you have x is greater than or equal to 5. Put your numbers on a number line. Get a few of them on there. Maybe 3, 4, 5, 6. Now, because of the underline, you have a closed circle. It can equal 5. And everything is going to the right, greater than 5. So there's a good review on solving inequalities. There will also be a couple problems. What if they gave you the inequality? Could you come up with if they give you the graph, could you come up with the inequality? Start with a variable. X is the most common, so just go with that. What number are we working with? Are we working with the 5 where the arrow is, or the 3 where the arrow starts, where the dot is? You're working with the 3, and then you have to decide which way is it pointing. It's going to the right, which means all the numbers are greater. And don't forget to go double check your dot. Because it is a solid closed-in dot, you will need an underline. X is greater than or equal to 3. And again, as long as you put the variable first, that greater than sign and that arrowhead will match up with each other. One way to check your answer. We'll do one more practice problem because it's a little bit longer. A multi-step inequality that we do not have to graph. Get rid of those parentheses. Do the distributive property first. 2x plus 12 is less than 3x minus 5. From there, go ahead and minus your 3x over to the other side. with the other x's, keep like terms together. 2 minus 3 is negative 1x. Notice I didn't write the negative 1, just the negative. Now you can minus 12 from both sides. If you're not sure on the numbers, please use a calculator to keep track of your negatives. Negative x is less than negative 17. Get rid of that negative. It's not okay to have a negative x. We want a positive x. So you're left with x is greater than 17. Final answer. And you can always plug it back into the original inequality and see if it's right. End of frame 1.